women truly require safety from violence, they require safety from discrimination, and that can only happen when we change or when we keep our environment safety so that women can truly manifest in what they're supposed to be doing the best and give to the society, give to our economies, and give to our community. The land, the rule of the land, the supreme rule of the land in India, which is the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution has envisaged a dream of true political, social, and economic prerogative in terms of creating equality. Equality for men and women, for law, for opportunity. But unfortunately, this has not transformed, this has not manifested. We are still decades and probably generations behind this. We have to work tremendously to make this change where a man and woman can stand shoulder to shoulder, and one day we can be so proud this so-called gender inequality that manifests not just in this country, although we are ranked number 10 in terms of criminal violence and all sorts of things that happen for women, numbered in the top 10 of the world. Now, this problem is not just for a developing nation like India. This problem is equally manifest in more developed nations like America, like Europe, and many other countries. I have lived in the United States for more than 35 years, or 40 years as a matter of fact. That country is not bereft of what goes on in terms of domestic violence, in terms of rapes, in terms of discrimination, in terms of gun violence, in terms of children's violence. You name it, it happens. One of the most recent statistics of a developed nation is from Australia. Occasions to say that why women are more superior than men. And this is what we should be teaching. On the day we start teaching and convincing at every forum and level, from the schools and colleges and companies and organizations, I believe we can bring a change. Any problem humanity faces, it requires a root cause analysis and a radical approach. Everything else will serve as a band-aid. So let me just say this origin of patriarchy, why men were considered to be powerful. Simply put, a man is born more stronger. There's no question about that. Man is physically stronger by the virtue of 10 kgs of extraskeletal muscle on his body. Remember this, 10 kgs of extraskeletal muscle. A woman is only 67% as strong as a man at the end of the day. So in an agrarian society, when agriculture was born, when you had to take risky jobs and professions and do physically hard labor and all of those things, the man was the forefront, but then he became so proud and conceited that I am bringing the paycheck and I am bringing the bread home, and who are you to question me? That is truly the origin of gender inequality in our society that has happened. But do you know what biology has shown in recent times, in the past 20 or 30 years, from the Harvard research, or from the Royal College researchers, or from research from India? Women are many times superior in the following things. Women's brains works 5 times faster than men's brains for the same given task. Women's brains simultaneously can work on 2 different things when compared to a man at the same time. Women's brains are continuously occupied, which has been done by MRI functional imaging and PET-CT results, which says that there are 70 areas in women's brain that light up at any given point in time for them to undertake multiple tasks when compared to a man. In the case of a man, it's only the regional focal activity that operates. Now let's take running and the physical power. We all know that men can sprint and men can run marathons. Yes, history has proven, we have all the data and statistics, a woman could not beat yet. But women have beaten in long running, which is 195 miles at the end of the day. That data is very clear. There's no man who has superseded. Why is? Women have higher physical endurance. Men have shorter sprints at the end of the day. Women might have less skeletal power in the lower limbs, but the strength of women exists from the quantum of power in the skeletal muscles is equal, if not superior. And that's the reason why, with their physical endurance, they can run 195 miles till today, no man is beaten. Men can do only short sprints. Women are more healthier than men. Women live longer than men. Women's immunity system, proven in science, is far superior than men, because women produce extraordinary great quantum of antibodies. Their T cells are more productive from this little thymus gland that is present in the human body. And longevity, we all know that women survive longer. So it's not only physical endurance, but the presence of the short twitch muscle fibers that are present in the woman that makes them physically endure and makes them better, runners or better bikers and things of that nature. But their mental endurance is also, there is no way a man can compete or compare. And we all know in terms of healthcare and human diseases, women have less diabetes. Women have less incidence of heart disease. Women have less incidence of cancer. And women have less incidence of infectious diseases. Look at the flu that is going around. Who named man flu syndrome? You all about the man flu. Men get more flu than women. The simple reason that women have this extraordinary quantum of antibodies, they can keep that bug away at the end of the day. Because they are blessed with their physiology, their hormones, their estrogens, their oxytocin that God has given. But somewhere down the line, we all have forgotten this. And what did we do? Just that physical brute force of the skeletal muscle. We place the man in the physiology to be the most powerful person. This has to change. On the day we acknowledge this, we understand this, we understand the differences, then what we're talking about, for a woman, all the rights, the right to maintenance, the right to equal pay, the right to decency and dignity, the right against dowry, the right to free legal aid, the right to self-defense, they will all go away. It will be we, the men, will be standing in the line for all these rights, perhaps by the end of the century. And we're also seeing changes happening. Let me tell you, look at the number of police officers, mind-boggling. Even I don't see in America. I don't see even in America. I've lived there for one of the largest cities, Houston, Texas Medical Center, and all of these things. The number of young women police officers this country is showing to the world in terms of equality. We are changing, but we have to change tremendously. So at the end of the day, I think as much time is very short, I just want to impress upon you on an evolutionary scale that women have been shown to be far superior in multiple characters and activities, and they truly deserve their name and time and place in society. And I believe they're already doing. Look at the medical schools today. 51% of medical schools, both United States and India, are women who are joining the courses. Look at IITs. Look at the police force, Navy, Air Force, you name it. 4 days ago, there was a great article in Indian papers about this lady in Kerala getting the first license as a woman to basically drive the barge, which until then was truly a man's domain, which is said because it is physically impossible for a woman to do, but for a woman to do, this was the first time they gave that license. So things are changing. I'm extraordinarily optimistic. 21st century is the century which I believe that will give us an opportunity for women to stand. They're already standing, but they will, see that this great discrimination that we face is going to disappear and disappear once for all. In the end, I'm going to say, remember the 3 C's in life. The 3 C's in life for all of us are choices, chances, and change. We have to make a choice to create a chance. And we have to take the chance to make a change in our life. Charles Darwin has clearly said it's not the strongest of the species that survives. It's not the most intelligent and excellent who survives. It's about the resilient who can take up things, who can come forward, who can take the challenge. And that is a survival instinct. I want every woman to embrace the Darwinian philosophy at the end of the day. And you are the ones responsible. As lastly as they said that, it's not the strength in a woman that defines her life's journey, but it's the strong woman is one who takes her life's journey and finds strength in that. And remember that. It's not just the strength that we have. you find your life's journey, that strength, and then you feel happy. Life is a roller coaster. We need to understand that. Life is a conveyor belt. There is no stop for it. We need to keep moving, and then at the end, I'm going to congratulate the CSC Forum to continue to engage with this, the wonderful activities they're doing. I believe there's no place in India such activities are happening to the best of my knowledge. And I have not seen anything like that in the Western world. Yes, there are a lot of community activities, there are a lot of community involvement, but something that you folks have been doing for the last 5 to 6 years under Krishna's leadership, under the Commissioner's leadership, at the end of the day, is going to be exemplary and will be the annals of this city for people to emulate and make it much bigger and larger. Thank you all for this opportunity.